Today's video diary, I'm going to be combining 2 days into one, because sometimes I think if just one story happens, I don't just want to make one video. So from now on, I might add 1 or 2 or 3 stories, or from a few days into one. On this particular day, I was on my way up to Stoke Newington with a customer on board. I was going down Queensdown Road, and I saw up ahead a car parked. Well, it was stopped in the middle of the road. Started approaching it, flashed my lights to warn it I was coming, and stayed stationary. And as I got within about 20 feet, it started to move backwards. I was looking at it thinking, is it rolling, is it reversing? Because the lights weren't on, the reverse lights. So I slowed down, but it got closer to me until there was only a few feet. Stopped, and then the female passenger, big wild hair, started having a fit in the front, you know, pointing into a space that I soon realised she wanted to reverse into. And I thought, well, your lights aren't working. So I sort of drove around to the side, put my window down, but she kept her window up and continued the abuse through the window. I could see all the swear words coming out of her mouth. I can't lip read, but I can lip read those words. And I just calmly sort of did my hand like this, and she stopped and didn't put her window down and carried on reversing. But because I had a customer on board, I couldn't. I wanted to get out of the car and say, "Excuse me, your reverse lights aren't working." So all I can imagine, for months she's probably, you know, got loads of anger built up because people haven't been letting her reverse, and she's probably wondering why. And it could go on for even, you know, several more months until somebody finally tells her, and then she'll go, "Oh, okay, right, that's what's happening." Anyway, then this is a complaint against another cab driver. I was parked on the rank on Piccadilly outside the Meridian Hotel, and sitting there for a couple of minutes, twittering away, and another cab driver pulled in about 20 feet in front of me in a manner that suggests that he was flagged down. And I looked across and saw some customers on the other side of the road attempting to cross. So I sort of flashed, didn't go into him, he stayed there. I shot over to the customers and said, "You get in my car." And they said, "No, that's the cab driver over there." And I said, "No, I was on the rank, I was first." So they started asking him, and I shouted out the window and said, "I was on the rank." And he said, "That rank serves a hotel." I said, "No, it doesn't. Ranks don't serve anywhere. They just, anywhere they're placed, like the Hilton Hotel doesn't just serve the Hilton. If somebody's at the bus stop outside, then they get the cab first. Or the cab gets that customer first, the first one on the rank." But the customers carried on across the road and got in his car, and I pulled up in front of this cab, got out and said, "Excuse me, that is not how it works." And I argued with this guy, and he did eventually look like he was going to give me the job. And I turned to another driver who was stuck in the traffic, another cab driver, and said, "Ranks don't just you know, work for the hotel, do they, or for wherever they're based?" And he couldn't give me a straight answer, and that was it, all the other cab driver need. He was off with a customer. So I took down his registration, name and shame, LJ03LRF. It was a silver taxi. You know, cab drivers are a really bad habit of nicking jobs from other cab drivers on cab ranks. So just putting that one out there. Got flagged down by a couple of European backpackers outside on Buckingham Palace Road outside Victoria, and they had 4 large cases and 2 large cases and 2 large backpacks. And so they flagged me down. I pulled over, sitting there waiting. And what's going on? Why are they in the car? I'm sort of looking in my rearview mirror, can't see them. I look in and I see them standing at the back of the cab. But what are you doing? And they're wanting to put their bags in the boot. Now, all of you cab drivers know, and a lot of people will know, that there's about a foot of space in the boot. If you only have to look at the back seat and the boot to know there's probably about a few inches of room in there. You can probably just about get your flask in there and a lunchbox. So I had to sort of get out and instruct them, no, because they didn't speak good English, that the bags go inside. It should have been quite obvious that those bags weren't going to go in there. Anyway, it was quite funny. I picked up a family on West Smithfield, and they had 2, I think they were about 5-year-old girls with them. And we were driving along, I heard the conversation was talking about doing homework, and they said, yeah, you've got to do your homework to get smart and, you know, get a good job in this life, blah blah blah. I thought that's good, you know, teaching the kids good, giving good advice to the kids, that's good. A couple of minutes later I heard, no daddy, I don't want to be a princess, I'm not a princess. I went, good, you resist being this princess, this celebrity that everybody wants to be. And then suddenly she said, I want to be a pop star. I know, another one. No. So that's the stories for tonight.